Assalamualaikum and hello YouTube, my name is Nur Muhammad from NMWatch and we are looking back at this Seiko SRPG57K1, or better known as the Seiko Monster Save the Ocean Antarctica version, right? So Seiko made quite a lot of version of this, but this is the first ever version that came with this brush bezel. Is it bit blasted? Yeah, it's a bit blasted bezel, and that, you know, I think the first ever 4th gen monster that came with this bit blasted bezel, which Seiko fans have been, especially Seiko Monster fans, have been wanting them to do, right? So I've bought this one for about 1.5 year and a half, I think. So maybe I got this somewhere around 2021, and I took it off the original bracelet and put it on this excellent what is it called, Strap X Pro, fitted Strap X Pro for a Seiko Monster. So thank you very much, Strap X Pro, for sending me this watch for me to use and review. And after I fit it in, I didn't want to take it off because it looks so damn perfect well with this particular watch, right? So quick wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my SRPD25K1. So this is one of the first Seiko Monster 4th gen that they have produced, and at that point of time, I think in 2020, I think, or is it 2019? Yeah, 2019 they came out with this iron plated bezel, which, you know, I didn't really like, but I didn't really mind it now. And yeah, this is, you know, my next Seiko Monster 4th gen monster, and maybe, just maybe, I want to get a few others, right? So a few other Seiko Monsters, not necessarily the 4th gen, right? So anyways, quick dimension check: 42.4 millimeters in diameter, thickness of 13.3, and a lug to lug of 49 millimeters with a lug width of 20 millimeters. But of course, I've took it off the bracelets, which is this excellent 4th gen Seiko Monster bracelet, but it does come with one huge issue, which for me, yep, that rattle, right? So that really annoys me. But I've kept it on this particular 4th gen because I wanted to use it with this excellent ratcheting class from Saint Martin, like so. But yeah, still let's just put it down back there and let's just concentrate with this happy feet. Right, so as you know already, this Seiko style of Save the Ocean version watches, they came out with a few other different dial variation, and I happen to have this one. This, I'm not really sure what to call this. Let's just call it a happy feet dial, right? So when you can see clearly that we have this okay, let me just zoom in a bit. That penguin feet there, I think 1 2 3 4 5 6 penguin feet. Then it's just an amazing dial to look, where we have this iceberg looking dial here with this light blue or light gray, and it turns out to be much darker gray, so much darker blue at the outer side of the dial, and we have this very dark navy blue dial, so the chaptering at the outer side of the dial, right? So that is the main attraction of this particular piece. But of course, being a Seiko, they don't put any sapphire crystal on it, so I just wish that they put sapphire crystal on it, because that the dial is really an amazing thing to look at. And of course they put this, oh my god, it looks hideous, but I don't mind it, but some people might hate it, this candy bar cyclops there. So it doesn't really look that bad on this one, because this one is using this, you know, sunburst style of dial. But this one, excellent dial, but you know, I just wish that they just take that thing off, right? So anyways, apply indices, or is it stamp? You know what? We're gonna do a quick macro check later on, but see if it is stamp or applied. So awesome looking indices there, and we have this excellent Seiko Monster hand, 10 hour hand, and also in minute hands, right? So and Seiko, of course, Seiko prospect logo at the 6 o'clock with that diver 20 meters. Of course, this is an ISO certified diver, right? So, and this bit blasted bezel, right? So where we have this, what do you call this? Not I shouldn't call this indentation, it's just a shape that looks like a bullet, right? So, and this bezel action, right? So which is really an annoying thing when I first got the watch, and even this is the second unit that I've got, because the first bezel is much worse compared to this one. Let's just check the bezel action. Yep, that is much tighter. The first one that I've got is quite a whole lot looser, and but this one has one other problem, which is it is not aligned to the 12-hour indices, right? So yeah, that's kind of, you know, something that you really have to tolerate when it comes to Seiko watches these days, right? So anyway, that sucks, but I know. Brush finishing on the side, brush finishing on the top. We have this drill lugs for you to easily change the strap, right? So, and of course an unsigned crown here, an excellent crown as well, so you can just adjust it and wind the Seiko 4R36 movement. So yep, I so you can always hack it, because this is featuring a 40 hours of power reserve. So let's just remain it there at 1010, right? So and you can screw it back. Excellent use, so no problems whatsoever. And at the back we have this, I still have the stickers here after 1.5 years. I tend to remain it, right? So to just let it be there. Seiko driver's watch, 200 meters, and there is the serial number, blah blah blah. And you can see the fit and finish. The fit on this particular strap is just awesome, right? So let's put it on wrist and see how it looks like on my skinny 6.75 inch wrist before we go for a macro shot, right? So let's just see how it looks like. So yep, the feel of this 42mm dive watch looks just nice on my wrist, although the lug to lug is a bit longer compared to the Gen 2. And yeah, I think it is okay, not that bad, and easy watch to use every day in and day out. But of course, when you put it on this bracelet, it will weigh at about 180 grams, so that is for something that you need to consider. And as you can see here on the bracelet, I've swapped it out to this particular ratcheting mechanism from Saint Martin, because I absolutely hate the diverse extension on the original Seiko Monster bracelet, right? So that's just what I do, but yeah, still okay. So let's just quickly put on the macro lens and see the happy face. Okay, let's just adjust it a bit. Right, so under the macro lens, right, you know what, let's just, okay, you can see that those penguin feet, right? So awesome looking dial there. The texture of the dial, it makes it, you know, it makes me forgive Seiko for their poor quality control that they asked us to endure whenever buying their product, right? So yeah, and the hands finishing is okay, not that bad. Polish finishing at the tip of the second hands, and of course a brush finishing on the hour and minute hands, right? So, and the indices, I know guys, from here it looks like they are stamped, right? I might be wrong there. Let's just quickly give it a more closer look. It looks like they are applied. I know, what do you guys think of this? So it looks from here that they are applied, right? So yep, it better be, because this thing is not cheap, right? So of course hard like crystal with this brush finishing, it's okay, not that bad. So yep, and this crown is unsigned, of course. After a few years of use, that thing is gonna catch some scratches, right? So not an high quality finishing, but not a bad finishing, bad finishing as well, right? So let's just quickly take off the macro lens and see what are the competition for this particular piece, right? So first up, from the realm of AliExpress, we have this Chronos, right? So L6015, or is it 6105? I just can't remember, but this is a 40mm diameter watch. But you can see here, because of the what do you call it, super case design, it looks almost similar in wear compared to the Seiko Monster, right? So yep, that's, you know, that is typical of a sub homage watches design. But what makes this special is the excellent finishing, and of course that sapphire crystal, and the excellent lume application, and of course we have this excellent ratcheting mechanism, right? So you can just sort it out and check that out. So yeah, that excellent ratcheting micro adjust mechanism, you know what, it really gives Seiko or any other mainstream brand a run for their money, right? So that is the Chronos L6015. And another excellent example from the AliExpress realm is this Heimdall Sea Ghost, right? So a titanium watch that you can get for around $200. So with, of course, again, sapphire crystal, a dome sapphire crystal for that matter. So imagine Seiko is doing a titanium version of this one. How much would that cost? Maybe $500 or $600. So yeah, maybe that's the case. Maybe that's not the case, but still, 42 millimeters in diameter. Both of these are 42 millimeters in diameter, and you know what? I still prefer the look on the Seiko Monster, but still, I just wish that they have a sapphire crystal. Right? So I don't need titanium, but if they can do that, better. But don't hike the price that much. Right? So, anyways, go for another 42 millimeters dive watch. So this one is the DWC D002, a DIY watch club. Right, so from DIY Watch Club, so where you have to assemble this watch by yourself, but judging from the specs and other things that you get on with the DIY Watch Club watches, for almost the exact same price of almost the same price as the Seiko Monster, yeah, you do get a lot for your money, but the caveat is that you have to assemble this watch for yourself, right? So anyways, let's just quickly charge the Lume on this on these watches here that we have under the light box. Let's just give the SRPD25 a quick blast, the Chronos L015, and this Heimdall, and also this DIY Watch Club D002, and this Seiko SRPG57STO Antarctica, or the Happy Feet as I call it, right? So you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, and boom, you've got ourselves a Lume Monster here, right? You know what, let's just start with the lowest Lume quality, which is the Heimdall. This thing, they don't, the indices is okay, but the hands is a bit too thin, right? So those Lume will be disappearing after a few hours, right? The second strongest will be, this going to be hard to tell here, this BGW9 application on the DIY Watch Club, right? So yeah, that looks cool, but this one also will stay quite long in the dark. And the let's just compare it with the Chronos. Again, BGW9 application, nicely done by Chronos there. It is not as strong as the Seiko, but still, the champion for me is not the Lume on this Happy Feet, but rather the Lume on this SRPD25, because I just prefer this blue Seiko Lume, right? It looks absolutely awesome in my opinion, right? So anyways, let's just switch the lights on, and what do you guys think of this particular SRPG57K1, or better known as the Seiko 4th Gen Save the Ocean Antarctica? That is a very, very long name, right? So anyway, I'm still going to be keeping this watch for maybe a longer period of time, because I just love the dial on this particular watch, right? So, but one has to admit that Seiko has many flaw, right? Not flow, flaw. And you have to be constantly be reminded about that when you buy any Seiko. And if you guys are okay with that, okay, so just get this one, right? So, and if you guys, anyways, so if you guys have any questions whatsoever, so do let me know in the comment section below. And if you guys like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, and if you want to see more future video reviews such as this one, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Stay safe and bye bye.